Wow. This is a change of events. Yes. Thank you to everybody who has said the last video aged very, very well. In fairness, Talk Sport did say you. I know, yeah, it was probably a bad judge of character then. But secondly, we did say that it was going to be very odd to see Lampard and Webber together and Lampard and Norwich. So odd that it's definitely not happening. Welcome to Canary Cast. Jacob here. Dean Smith, after an eventful, very eventful, it's only been a week. Only been a week since Daniel Farke's been sacked. And it felt like an absolute age, doesn't it? But Dean Smith is going to be the new Norwich City head coach, according to Michael Bailey, which is as good as gold dust. Should be done in the next 48 hours at time of recording. And the former Aston Villa, Walsall and Brentford coach will be Norwich City head coach. Very interesting. Kept Villa up, obviously, or took Villa up, went on that amazing 10-win streak, got them up via the playoffs when we went up, kept them up in the first season, somehow recovered, which looked like a lost situation really for them, and did well. Second season, kind of started off really, really well. Some really good signings, Matty Cash, Ollie Watkins. Look at our Emiliano Martinez as well, really kind of coming to the fore. And yeah, Jack Grealish obviously carrying them for when he was fit. Kind of seemed a little bit like Emi Buendia and Daniel Farke as to when the main man was injured. Villa struggled, and Dean Smith didn't quite know how to, this season, unfortunately, get the squad completely ready, be able to play without Jack. Obviously, incredible talent in Emi. Obviously, brought Danny Ings in as well. Some big money spent. Leon Bailey, who's been in and out because of injury. It just hasn't worked. I think with Villa's expectation, 5 losses in a row and quite a poor 2021 in general, they've kind of seen it as a bit more of a decline rather than a quick fire thing. And obviously got Gerrard in. But a lot of Villa fans absolutely loved Dean Smith for what he did. He improved that club massively. It was a big job for him to take. Obviously, Villa fan and huge club to try and get up out of the Championship, but he did it at first time of asking, which is incredible, really, considering where they were. Obviously, developed Jack Grealish into what we see today, England international, Man City international, helped develop that kind of player. John McGinn, like I say, Matty Cash, all developing under Dean Smith. Esri Konsa as well at centre-back. Tyrone Mings to a degree. Obviously gave him his chance after at Bournemouth, really kind of failing to relive up his hype from what he did at Ipswich. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Fits that Stuart Webber absolutely more than Frank Lampard. Let's be honest, he can't have been first choice. He was still in the job by the time Daniel Farke was sacked. Is he good enough to make you completely change your plans? I think he's good enough to be able to be interviewed by Norwich, but I still can't see him first choice. Maybe it was Kjetil Knutsen who decided that he wanted to stay at Bodo Glimt, kind of see what he could do in terms of winning the league and be a little bit more loyal than maybe what we thought he would be. But yeah, Frank Lampard, obviously the PR machine that he is and his team, probably trying to get him out there for the Rangers jobs, the Villa jobs that he is available, and was looking at the Norwich job, obviously turned it down. The opportunity to progress out, wasn't offered the job according to Michael Bailey, which seems to make sense. I don't think they were at a stage where they were deciding who it was going to be. Dean Smith apparently impressed Stuart Webber very much with his knowledge of the playing squad. Wanted Milot Rashica at Aston Villa, that didn't happen. Wanted Todd Cantwell at Aston Villa as well. So both of those will be exciting prospects for Dean Smith. I think those and Kabak Smith can get the best out of for a ball playing centre half. If Kabak, kind of gets himself back into a stage on Babadele as well, I think Dean Smith's going to absolutely love him. I think that could work very, very well. The squad is kind of perfectly moulded for his kind of management, really. He likes 4-2-3-1, was trying to play for it back this year to try and fit in Ings and Watkins, which just didn't really work this year. Like I say, what he's done with Ollie Watkins at Villa, Brentford rather, and then at Villa as well, to kind of get him to a stage where he's has been playing for England and is now regular Premier League forward. I think you can see that he likes to be able to develop those kind of players, and that's exactly what Norwich need. It's going to be it's a good job to take, but in terms of time. But let's be honest, it's poor pay. You're not going to get anyone really in January, and you're expected to go down. We've got a manager who has kept teams in the Premier League, has got them up from the Championship, and is hungry to show that he wants to, prove Villa wrong. I think it's something that was a harsh decision, but they're so ambitious to get to the top 10, then to Europe, then to kind of stay around those kind of places, that Gerrard is a bigger name than Dean Smith. And like a few Norwich fans are a bit deflated by it, but he's a better manager than Frank Lampard. Like I say, a point to prove. Yes, I think he'll want to prove Villa completely wrong, and that game at Carrow Road will be fascinating. With obviously Emmy returning, and obviously Dean Smith wanted to get one over on them. Really, like I say, complete knowledge of the squad. We'll know the back to front has obviously gone and done scouting systems before we were going to play them. Um, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Absolutely not sure if it's worth. I've seen people say, is it worth sacking Daniel Farker for Dean Smith, who's probably not that much better. It gone stale under Farker. Billy Gilmore, Dimi Janulis, Jolis, Cantwell, just to name four, where you could say, and apparently the dressing, or as we've seen in articles, that the dressing room was and the training ground was quite a poor, somber kind of feeling before Brentford, and they did brilliantly to get the win. But I think it was time to sack Daniel Farker. It just felt like it kind of found its way to an end. Dean Smith will be very similar in terms of the playing style, being able to develop players, be happy to integrate youth. I think it's a very similar appointment to just more experience in the Premier League, really. Um, will he keep us up? I don't think. I think if we hired Pep or Jurgen Klopp, it would be a difficulty. He'd love to. I think he'd absolutely love to, just to show that he is good enough at this level. I think he is a good, very good Championship manager. Did a good job at Brentford. Not spectacular. Kept them kind of ticking along in those top 10 places. When he's obviously his best players have kept being sold and kept developing those players for them to be able to be sold. But yeah, for me, I think he'll, like I say, develop the youth, play good football, try attempt to keep us up. But then if we do unfortunately go down, then it is going to be a good Championship manager ready to kind of get us back up again and redevelop a squad, which is potentially what we could need if we go down again. It's a solid, if unspectacular, appointment. Let us know down below if you're happy. I can see why. If you're not, I can see why you would be if you are. He's a decent quality manager. I think it's a bit of a shame that we've been kind of het up with the whole Lampard big name, big ambition thing. Smith will be ambitious to be able to try and keep this club up, try and prove Villa wrong. It is interesting that he's kind of taken the first job that he's been offered again. Like, that will either be a poison chalice for him or be an absolute masterstroke. There will be no in between for this, because I thought he needed a break. Villa is one club that he absolutely adored. It's his club, and yeah, for me, it looks like probably needed a break. But he's obviously clearly ambitious enough to give Norwich a chance. Which, let's be fair, he's probably in our position the best manager we could have got from Premier League experience, keeping a team up and promoting a team. So wait and see. I'm going to be fully behind him. Southampton's going to be fascinating next week. Looking forward to the game. Hoping he can, work his magic in the week ahead. We'll see. I think we'll see Todd Campbell really integrated back into the side again. Like I say, Jolie, so I think will excite him. Rasica as well. Likes to play a 4-2-3-1. A lot of ball possession. So hopefully we'll be able to see a lot more kind of, throwback Daniel Farker-esque almost, but Dean Smith style now. Be a little bit more solid defensively. Would love to see that. And then be able to get the ball progression going and see what he does, really. It's going to be really, really fascinating to see. Hopefully it works out for Norwich City. Let us know down in the comments below if you're happy with Dean Smith. Like this video, subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you in the next one.